You ready to see some leaks, everyone? Get some hype for leaks in the chat. Theories, how much hope do you have from 1 to 10? What, for the Centenary? Given the last episode, like, I'm really not that hopeful at all. Like, I'm gonna go in with the lowest expectations I can and just hope for the best. The thing is, I feel like it's gonna be a more fun episode than the Legend was. Legend was just kind of dull and didn't make a lot of sense. Whereas at least with this, I feel like if it's probably gonna be a mess, but it's probably gonna be a fun mess, right? Okay, so the first one, we have this Doctor Who Centenary special, full cast and crew, obviously directed by Jamie Stone, written by Chris Chibnall, and Tom Baker is listed as the curator. Now, listen, I'm not taking much stock in this because it is just IMDb, and I think it's able to be edited by anyone. But it is weird seeing Tom Baker's name in the credits. There's also mention of John Bishop, Mark Boner, playing the 11. Wait, who's the 11? I know that guy, but I also don't. Hang on. Okay, so let's check who the 11 is. The 11 married Miss Cavell. Oh wait, no, the 11 was the main alias used by an incarnation of a renegade Time Lord who suffered from regenerative dissonance. I don't want to know about their marriage. Like, just, who cares about marriage? Okay, so basically, random Time Lord fucker with a regeneration disorder. Okay, so wait, so is that the guy who played him on Big Finish? I'm not sure. Who plays him on Big Finish? Can someone tell me in chat? Who plays the 11 on Big Finish? Yeah, from Big Finish land. He plays him, okay. Sorry I made fun of your name, Mr. Boner, but it was a little bit funny. Where was I looking? Oh yeah, my emails. Okay, so yeah, we have Mark Boner who's playing the 11, Sacha Dhawan playing the Master, makes sense, Amanda Gill, again, makes sense, Joe Martin, again, makes sense. I'm pretty sure Gallifrey 1, she literally said she was in it. So, and then Bradley Walsh and Jodie Whittaker. So the two main outliers here are Mark Boner and Tom Baker. I think on another IMDb listing, they listed Peter Capaldi as well. Hang on. I swear I saw that somewhere. Obviously, interestingly as well, if you look here, Russell T Davies is listed as an executive producer. Now, while I don't think that's true, it is interesting to note that I said in a previous video that Tegan's actor, Janet Fielding, made reference to the fact that Russell T Davies was also in the conversations about the Centenary, which is interesting to note, but I don't think that means that he's an executive producer, unless he gets an executive producer credit for writing, like, one scene at the end. But yeah, the only real difference here is that Pete Capaldi's added. I don't think this is true, but, you know, the leaks get more extravagant from here, but what we all... I'm giving that a pretty unlikely out of 10, is what I'm giving that. Giving that a pretty... you know, not certain about that one out of 10. Like, I don't think that's happening. Like, I don't think we're gonna see Capaldi or Baker in the 60th. There, she has pointing the gun at the Doctor, because if you look closely, you can see the Doctor in her white cloak behind her. What do you think? Can you? Hang on, I want to check that. Yeah, there's the 13's cloak apparently in the eyes. I can't see that personally. Oh wait, no, yeah, wait, 13's behind her. Shit, you're right. Fuck. Sorry. No, I only just noticed. 13 is stood behind her. She's not pointing the gun at 13. If you look very closely, you can see 13's body being hidden. Okay, so that... Oh, I wonder who she's... I reckon... Okay, so if that's the case, sorry, Light, then my theory about it being the Master still stands. Although I don't know why the Doctor would be hiding from the Master. Yeah, no, you're actually right. You're actually right. It is the Doctor hiding behind Yaz there. She is behind her, you are right. Yeah, I just can't see, apparently. Theories with the Tom Baker and Peter Capaldi thing, it might be true, maybe not as past Doctors. But, yeah, well, that is one of the leaks that we will get into. They do make reference to some cameos that we will get into. But, yeah, I didn't actually notice 13 being behind her, but she definitely is. So that's a cool discovery. But going back into the leaks then, once we've done this one, we've got the next one, which is from Gallifrey Base. Now, I don't know this guy Pascal. I'm sure it's okay if I show his name because it's on a public forum. You can find this. It's on the Gallifrey Base Walk Called a Friend. He says, now that things have calmed down, here are a few things I've heard from two separate people about the Centennial. Not much, but in case it's interest to you, just don't kill the messenger. So, spoiler. Actually, hang on. I should probably put like a warning up. Hang on, give me a sec. Spoiler, warning, warning. Just don't watch the stream if you hate spoilers. But I assume by this point, if you don't want that, then you wouldn't be watching a stream where I said I was going to talk about leaks and rumors. But yeah, if you care about that, then leave. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, basically, it is potential spoilers. I know it's true, but Dan leaves the TARDIS early on, but ends up joining Companion's support group. Ace and Tegan have the biggest roles, but we will get cameos from a lot of others as well. All the Earth Companions who are supposed to be alive make a little appearance. Jo Grant, Polly, Mel, Ian Chesterton even gets a line. Something happens to Yaz where she keeps experiencing the Doctor throughout her lifetime, but not exactly quite right. Meeting Davison, McCoy, Colin Baker and McGann, no Tom Baker. So that does go against the IMDb listing that we'd seen before. It's all there for no good reason apparently. The fob watch is never opened or addressed again. Well, I would contest that. I would contest that given how it looks in the final shot here. Like, I'm almost certain that's the fob watch scene. Like, I'm almost certain that that's what that is. It's all for no good reason, apparently. The fob watch is never opened or addressed again. I think I posted that one before. I would contest that, but at the same time, I'm not expecting it to get a massive focus like I think some people will want it to have, but yeah. What do we think of that one? How are we feeling about that? Okay, so, like, the idea of, Doctors returning in, like, cameo form and, like, the, Yaz sort of seeing them, I can kind of see it. The thing with Jo Grant though, Jo Grant I think is true, and I'll get into why I think at least the Jo Grant part is true, in a moment. I don't know about Ian and Polly though, but definitely I think the part about Jo Grant is true, and I'll get into why in a moment. But Ace will have K9 and Nitro 9 with her, and wish Sarah Jane was like, yeah, it is a shame Liz Sladen is like, Theris is the new Doctor. True, I am the Doctor officially. Will Yaz look in the heart of the TARDIS like in Series 1? Possibly. I could be. But if we go back to the leak again, I'm thinking, like, it's probably not that likely, but there are elements of this I could see happening, which I'll get into in a moment. But before we do, we did actually have an RTD2 rumour come out of Gallifrey Base the other day. So basically there was a rumour going around on Gallifrey Base that there would be a big reboot coming for Russell T Davies 2. And this is basically their clarification point saying, I've not said it would be a hard reboot, and have gone into long detail the reasons why these terms are meaningless in 2022, and even more meaningless in 2024. Tobey Maguire just returned as Spider-Man, they recast Kirk and Spock, Luke Skywalker is made of pixels, etc, etc. Doctor Who in 2024 will be a new and fresh start of something Doctor Who fans have never seen before. Doesn't matter what they call it. My point was, it will be a radically different programme to Classic Who, the TV movie, New Who, and even Chibnall BBC Studios Who, which all gets put into a rather nice descriptor of Legacy Who. It's all there, still existing, still with new stories from tie-in media and spin-offs. You can argue about continuity. That's almost exclusively what this entire forum is for. I don't really think it matters. The first 60 years of Doctor Who will be the sandpit toy box for whatever is next to build the future. Like Marvel and DC Comics are to their film and television counterparts. The greatest pick and mix in all media. So this is interesting for another reason. Kind of like, so the sort of vibe this is giving me is kind of like what they do in Marvel Comics, where they're like, the past events, everything in past events still happens, but it's not like overly addressed. So basically you just kind of get these like scenes of things happening. I think that could be somewhat realistic. I don't know whether they'll call it Legacy Who. William Russell is 97, I don't know. I could see him doing it for one line in the same like vein as what they did with William Hartnell in like the Three Doctors, where it's like, maybe he sits there and delivers like, like how they were on the phone earlier. Like I could see him maybe doing one line, not a big role though. This next one, right? So this was in response to people reacting to the news of Tegan and Ace returning, and then Kelly MUFC says, okay, for the 60th, we need Ace, Tegan, and Joe Grant back. And then Katie Manning goes, who knows, XXX, hug, wink. And then again, Marcus Bryan asks, may we see you as well at some point, or is that under wraps as well? And then Katie Manning goes, shrug, wink, kiss. This is kind of following on from what I said in a previous video. I think Katie Manning's basically confirmed, like, she's very, very obviously teasing people with these, like, replies. I think she's coming back. Will River come back? Possibly. I mean, if I don't think... Here's the thing. I think the line in the Legend of Sea Devils was just a one-off reference. Yeah, I think Katie Manning's basically confirmed to be back. Shout out to Debs Iona, Shane Smith, Ree Keffin, Seb Lowndes, Jay Monroe, Hash Shandycoot, Patrick Mewson, Simon Ashley, Steve Safaro, Andrew Townsend, Alex Robbins, Michael Dykes, Paul Bryden, Sam Yates, and Michael Rhodes. If you want to become a member, feel free to do so. It really helps out. You get exclusive posts, shout outs in every video, and even your own badge and custom emojis to use.